tides of fate can swiftly turn against us. In the blink of an eye, our world can be plunged into chaos, with danger lurking around every corner. But what if, in those moments of peril, there's something or someone watching over us? A near miss on a dark winding road. The screech of tires, the flash of headlights, and then nothing. Was it mere luck that saved you? Or perhaps something more? Consider the times when you've had a sudden urge to change your plans, only to later discover that your original course would have led to disaster. Coincidence or divine intervention? As you ponder these possibilities, ask yourself, in the grand tapestry of the universe, are we truly alone in our struggles? Or are there watchful eyes in the darkness, silently steering us away from the abyss, reaching out from the shadows not to harm, but to help?
What's up, KGRA family? This is Pavel from Psicoactivo Podcast. This is a special request for all KGRA listeners. I'm supposed to tell you about a spooky story. And although I don't really have a spooky per se story, this is very startling what happened to me. It is fairly recent. It is very personal, but I feel the need to tell you guys what happened. So essentially, this was about 2-3 months ago. I live in the city of Tijuana. Currently, I live with my mother. Next year, after the wife finishes her PhD, we're going to move in together and continue our lives. But right now, I live near a hospital where I grew up. This hospital is where my mom and my uncle work. My mom is an OBG. My uncle is a pediatrician. The owner of the hospital, he actually used to live in the house where I grew up. He sold it to my mother. And this man, unfortunately and tragically, was shot right outside of the hospital, right here, outside of my house. The reason I'm telling you this is because one morning, I woke up in a hurry because I hadn't moved my car. Usually the people at the hospital used to let me leave my car parked there during the nights, and then I moved it in the mornings. So I woke up at around 9 a.m. in a hurry, and I went to move the car. Right after I moved it, I went back to the home. We're talking like 50 yards away. And then I got in the bathroom, my morning routine, and I started looking at my cell phone, and as I usually do. And I suddenly heard a woman that works in my house. She started screaming and she started saying, "They killed him, they killed him." And I didn't hear anything. Shots were fired. It was really loud. I heard nothing. I went back outside, and then when I looked at the place where the body was laying down, it was already covered with a sheet. I realized that the body was placed exactly where my car was parked just 2 minutes prior to the shooting. 2 minutes. I had a hard time understanding what really happened. I really don't know what happened. I don't know how I didn't hear the shots. Everybody heard them. It felt really weird, like almost as if something was protecting me from that, even from hearing the shots. I still have trouble trying to grasp what happened. The subsequent days were filled with sadness for everybody. But I really, still to this day, haven't been able to come to grips with what actually happened. I don't know if this is spooky or not, but this coincides with the journey that I am currently on uh, with the channel. When I decided to create Psicoactivo, the ideas for creating the channel came to me during a flight from Guadalajara to Tijuana. As soon as I stepped off the plane, I had already decided that I wanted to create Psicoactivo. And since then, it's been quite a ride. Um, but yeah, this is my story. I don't know if it was just dumb luck or if something else was at play here, but it is definitely one of the most interesting stories that I've lived through since I started this journey. Psicoactivo started in 2021. The sole purpose of it was to just create a conscience and the use of psychedelic substances initially. Then I saw the Jacobo Greenberg documentary and I realized that I had to investigate his case. And one thing led to another, and I realized that the study of consciousness was deeply embedded and linked to UFOs and the UFO phenomenon. And I don't know if one thing is linked to the other, but since I started Psicoactivo, something has been guiding me to create the content and to um, do the things I do for the channel. Um, I don't know what it is. I think it's some kind of a voice in my head. Who knows? Maybe I'm just a schizo, but I do think that that shooting, me being protected from that, and the channel's progression are somehow linked to one another. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. It is also possible, but that's my story. It is kind of startling, I know, but that's what I got to share with you guys. I want to thank you for the support at KGRA. I want to thank Renee. I want to thank Bill. I want to thank Toby. I love you guys. And happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you stay safe and you have the funnest time in this great time of the year, which I love. I do celebrate Halloween, but I also celebrate the Day of the Dead, which is on November the 2nd for Mexicans. That's what I really celebrate. But both occasions are really memorable for me. So stay safe, everyone, and take care.